Open your ears and lube up your butthole. It's time for the What Do We Call It podcast. Now, here's your host. It's Jmann. Welcome to the What Do We Call It podcast. I'm Jmann.
And I'm number one fan, Tim.
It is May.
Kind of.
Do you know what May is?
The shittiest time of year?
Well, close.
I have no idea.
It's Mental Health Awareness Month.
Ah, that's why I don't know anything about it. 'Cause I'm sane.
Yeah. Well, I am going to be very candid with you, and you are going to probably get uncomfortable at times, and I don't give a shit.
It can't be any worse than when you showed me a picture of your butt.
Peekaboo! Last night we went to go see John Wick 3.
Are those movies any good?
They are fucking phenomenal.
Really? Okay. Because the first one looks good. I've seen some bits and pieces on YouTube.
Yeah, watch them all.
Okay.
So we went to the theater, and it's one of these theaters that I hate, where it's pre-seat selection.
Oh, you can't just walk in and be like, I want to sit over here. It's,
right.
Yeah.
Right.
A lot of theaters are like that, except for one in Mounds View.
So we got there, and we were 10 minutes early, and by the time it was a minute to start time, a third of the fucking theater was still not there. And then right when it was supposed to start, I shit you not, like 35 fucking people come walking in and go into various seats.
Yeah, they try not to get there in time for all the commercials.
There weren't any.
Really? Which theater is that?
Andover. No commercials. You see 2 previews.
Andover.
Or 3.
Oh, okay. Over by that super Walmart they built.
Yes.
Okay.
So because the wife went to get the tickets ahead of time, and it was $5 Tuesday, everybody was going to the movies.
Okay.
And she said she'd get the tickets. She's like, where do you want to sit? I'm like, middle. The further the back, the better. The closest I want to sit is dead center of the very center row of the theater.
Yeah, I used to like sit in the far back, middle, obviously, but like in the far back. But then I learned that the sound quality is much better the further closer you get.
Yes.
Doesn't sound so echoey.
You're right. Anyways, so we were in the second front row before the 2 front rows. There's a screen, 2 rows,
Yep.
a gap where
That's
they have
the
handicap
yep.
accessible seating. We were behind that and in the corner. I fucking hated it. The second she told me that's where she got the tickets, I almost said, let's go fucking return them. Date night's canceled. I was before we even
You're
got
such a
there.
Quitter.
I don't want to. If I wanted to sit in the fucking corner, I would typically just buy tickets and get there early to sit in the corner. Never been my practice. So we get there, we're sitting. There's a guy next to us, and then his wife and kid are sitting in the 2 seats in front of us in the handicap accessible row because there's gaps, but there's still some chairs for the people that are with the wheelchair bound. The movie starts. There's a few open seats, mostly in the front 2 rows, and most of the handicap row. And I'm eyeing these 2 fucking seats that are at like a 60-degree angle from us in the handicap row. I'm like, fuck, we should move. So the guy next to me gets up and moves and sits in one of those. I'm like, I guess we can't have those 2.
He reads minds.
And, well, he was sitting, with a gap between him and his son and his wife. Anyway, so there's now 2 open seats.
That sounds to me like the perfect way to see a movie.
Yeah, there's 2 open seats next to us. So we scoot over. And I'm like, I swear to fucking God, nobody better show up to have that one single goddamn seat that would have been left open had guy that moved stayed next to us. 5 minutes into the movie, a fucking guy shows up. And he's a big guy, and he's got a big beard, and he looks like a biker. And I'm just like, son of a bitch.
Santa Claus.
Okay, this is where we get into the mental health portion of this. I have never been formally diagnosed with anything besides depression when I was 15. But I can tell you right now that I have anxiety issues. I have OCD to some extent. I most likely have attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. I'd bet money on it. I have problems sitting still and focusing. And if I have a number of tasks to do that are semi-related, I will bounce the fuck around and not stay on task.
See, I like doing just one task, getting it done. Boom. Unless I'm at work. Then I have to multitask. And I'm good with that, too.
If I have to edit an episode, I might end up spending 20 minutes on goddamn YouTube because I went to find some soundbite for the show, and then I went down a rabbit hole of videos, and next thing you know, I'm just casually surfing the internet, then I'm making a sandwich, then I'm watching something on the fucking TV, then I'm like, shit, I need to get my editing done.
Wow. I'm pretty focused when I edit my videos.
if I'm at work and I'm billing everything that I do, because I have to manually bill everything I do, every call, text, email, visit, everything. I have to manually enter it into a system of software we use. And there's been times recently where I've had 2 to 3 weeks worth of phone calls to bill. And you can bill them together for one client on a certain date. But if I have 3 notebook pages, my notebook's, yay big, the size of like an iPad.
The little ones, yeah.
3 pages worth of calls, I'll start billing calls and I'll stop. And next thing you know, I'm billing fucking emails. And then I'm updating some notes on a visit. Then I'm going through my paper mail. Then I'm going to poop. Then I'm eating some peanut butter. Then I'm like, fuck, I'm bored. I'm going to text Neil or Rick or you or the wife.
That way I get those rabbits up. What you up to? Life?
No, I'm generally just checking in to see how you are. Because I'm considerate as a friend.
I think that makes me happy.
Right. But here's the thing. As soon as that guy showed up, I started to get really uncomfortable, and I almost asked the wife if we could leave. This would have been 5 minutes into a movie that was over 2 hours. Or roughly 2 hours. I was that ready to go. Be like, I can't do this.
Just because this guy came in, he might have your share.
No, because he might want to get into a pissing match over it. And here's where you might get uncomfortable, and I'm not trying to pull a shock value card.
Okay.
I legitimately have serious rage and violent tendencies.
Yeah, I kind of figured that. I've seen you when you're angry a couple of times.
I have a problem because I'm not scared to get into a fight. I don't care how fucking big they are. I don't consider the size difference or the remote danger involved. They could have a knife, a gun, be a martial artist. They could be somebody that could bench press my entire body with one hand. I don't fucking care. I'm angry and all I want to do is hurt you. And I'm not going to stop hurting you until I'm either crying with blood-soaked hands or unconscious. That's literally where my mind goes. The second that I get to a certain point, I am visualizing the violence, I am shaking, and my mind is just buzzing like I just took a fucking rail of crank. My brain explodes with these urges to want to get into a fight. And there's been times where I've been wrestling with people and it got like beyond just fucking around for fun and bordered on a real fight where somebody said, are we fighting or are we fucking around? I'm like, I don't know. But I'm grinning ear to ear and I'm having the best time because of the physicality. There's a story years ago. My ex-girlfriend, the one whose dad owns the bike shop, she got mad at me and then hops on top of me in front of her parents, no less, as we're playing Trivial Pursuit.
That'll start an argument.
She starts choking me.
Oh, that ain't good.
Although playful, she's choking me.
Yeah,
you want to know what
isn't something you do no matter what.
You want to know what I started doing? And this is what made her dad give me this what the fuck look. I started laughing hysterically.
Okay, well, I suppose it is kind of funny.
Uncontrollable laughing while somebody choked me. Does that sound fucking, quote, normal to you?
Well, honestly, I mean, I've been in a situation where I would play fighting with a girlfriend or something, and even though the one girl, she actually was causing me some pain because she was biting too hard, I was kind of laughing, but it was kind of maybe just laughing it off. Like, I know she's not trying to hurt me, she just doesn't realize she is. So I don't know if you could say that's what you were feeling, or if you were fucking jokering it up and you were about ready to get some fucking vengeance or something.
I basically went full on Joker mode, laughing hysterically. Like if Batman were to be punching the shit out of the Joker and he starts laughing it off.
Yeah,
that's essentially what I did.
Room. Great scene, by the way.
So with that in mind, I'm thinking, fuck, I am here with my wife. And this guy might try to start something. And I'm not the walk away type. I, in my head, pictured myself standing up, screaming at the top of my lungs at this guy to get my point across to leave me the fuck alone. And it would have ended with the words, I guess you should have fucking been here on time then. If you'd like to discuss it further, I will be in the parking lot after the film. Let me know.
See, and if you were kind of going into this before anything was said, like you just saw him coming and you started running scenarios in your head, I don't really think that's psychotic. You're just preparing yourself for, is it going to be fight or flight? And clearly you already know it's going to be fight. And since you've had done martial arts. You've had training in all kinds of various types of fight forms.
Plus my job.
Your job.
My old
yep.
job.
You're just reading the situation so that you can come out without hopefully being hurt. Or your wife being hurt. I don't think that's psychotic.
Well, see here, there's been times in the past where it's me and
The Beast.
and she's just being a miserable cunt and she's unfair. And there was a time that I'm like, she's in the shower. Here's a fucking hair dryer. There's the electrical plug. It'll reach.
Well, she's been a bitch to you your whole life.
And another time when I showed up to her house to pick up the medicine for one of the kids that she, earlier in the day, begged me to go and get because she forgot to drop it off at my parents' house where they're sleeping that night. And I show up and she's mad that I didn't call first. But what she does is say, you have to call before you just show up. Be respectful. She'll screen my calls and not answer. Well, you're gaming the system.
Yeah, well, in that case, just show up. She can be angry if she wants.
So I did, and she got angry, and then she slammed the door in my face. Do you want to know what my next thought was?
Sure.
Kick in the door, push her down the basement stairs, grab her by the ponytail, and slash her fucking throat.
Okay, that's probably a little bit of an overreaction to the situation, but...
It frightened me. I can control it, but there's times...
Clearly you can, otherwise she'd be dead by now.
There's times I don't want to control it. There's times when I've wanted to punch my mom in the face. Times I've wanted to push her down the stairs. There's been times when an inmate mouthed off to me so bad that it took every last ounce of self-control to not punch them in the throat in front of a room full of other inmates and on camera.
Well, there's been times I wanted to do it to my kids, but just one.
There are people at the store that are such inconsiderate pieces of shit. I almost threw a fucking can of corned beef hash at a woman for making a snide comment to me at a Walmart. Didn't know her. I walked by her and she said hi, and I said hi. And then she replies as she's walking away with, you could smile.
I don't smile at everybody I say hi to. If I'm giving a polite hello or hi, and just like, hey, hi, what's up?
I just thought, the nerve of this bitch making demands of my facial expressions. Clearly she needs a wake-up call.
Not really. But
I almost
again,
threw a can of corned beef hash at her fucking head.
Well, I'll always bail you out, maybe.
Yeah. Well, I'll take you to another movie theater scenario. I was seeing The Dark Knight. I had waited a long time to see it. I didn't have a lot of free time, and I was with my friend Aaron, who I almost never get to see. On average, we hang out once every 3 years now, because we both have kids. So we were watching the movie, and these two little shitbird kids at the end of the row would not stop talking.
I've been in those situations before.
I finally lost it, and I just turned to them and said, "Shut the fuck up!"
Again,
the whole
nothing wrong
theater
there.
just like turned and looked at these kids, and then I heard them whispering. And then I sat back to watch the rest of the movie. Most people would have a sense of accomplishment and feel good about it. I did not. I instantly had a giant rush of adrenaline because I didn't know if these kids were going to be the fighting type.
Again, that's you just planning the situation out.
I felt my heart beating so hard that I could feel it almost beating out of my chest. I was seeing flashes in front of my eyes of the blood pumping so fucking hard and my elevated pulse. I don't think I've ever had an adrenaline rush like that ever in my life.
I've had adrenaline rushes like that several times, and it gets so bad that I get that pulsing in my vision, but then my stomach cramps and gets nauseated so badly that it's almost debilitating.
Well, they didn't do anything, but I couldn't enjoy the rest of the movie because now my fight or flight has kicked in. And I'm ready for not just words. I am ready for somebody's going to the hospital and raise your hand if it's going to be you, and my hand don't go up. And I'm not trying to sound like fucking Billy Badass. I'm really not.
Yeah, despite all the stuff that you do know how to do, you're fighting it. Like, you have been very few fights.
Because I had to learn to control it. Because when I was a kid, you called my sister a retard, I'd fly off the fucking handle.
Well, yeah, who wouldn't?
Even when it was something piddly that I should have just shaken off. There were times I took on multiple guys that were bigger than me just because, I don't know, I was in a fighting fucking mood. I don't have that fear of the inherent danger. Maybe if I'm like hogtied and, you know, somebody from a cartel's got a machete in their hand, I'm going to start to panic a bit.
Yeah, okay.
But for years, I would size up every goddamn inmate, no matter how kind to me they were. And a number of them don't realize I'm not just some guy in a shirt with some patches. I'm basically a wolf in sheep's clothing. I'm a psychopath hiding in plain sight. And some of the things that I said to people really unnerved them over the years, that I said very calmly and with direct eye contact. Not threatening them, but just the way I explain things and the tone of my voice. I must look very fucking uncomfortably serious when I get pissed at people and I start talking intelligently about how the situation needs to change.
Well, that's why we've discussed before that some people get a vibe off of you that's not completely accurate because they don't understand who you really are. And when you do get like that, yeah, it could be chilling for some people. But I've known you since I was, how was I, 9? You were 7?
8.
28
years.
I mean, shit. I know you by now.
Right. But there's not to say that if I'm in a parking lot and some kid mouths off, that my brain doesn't instantly think, say one more thing, motherfucker. Please let today be the day.
Yeah, well, that's how your mind's operating.
If I knew I was going to get away with it, I wouldn't stop. If I knew no one's calling the cops, nobody's getting it on camera, there are no consequences, I may slam a kid's hand or head in a car door several fucking times. Not a little kid. I mean some cocky little fucking 16, 17, 18-year-old.
See, here I thought you were going to go with like mid-20s.
I'm just anybody. Anybody. You know? Fucking A. I just might. And it's another facet to why I don't like guns. Because I'm one of those people that seems normal, but I could have one bad day, and my legally obtained gun, who knows what I do with it? Maybe I go fucking shoot some innocent people, or maybe I go on a spree where I've calculated several stops and how I can get there, how fast to avoid law enforcement detection by switching vehicles in between stops, and I've shot 5 or 6 people that have really wronged me. These are thoughts I've had.
I haven't.
Well, just like somebody's been passing around this fucking meme on Facebook the last week.
L'appel du vide.
A mindset where, like, you walk up to, say, the rail at the Grand Canyon. You're like, if I jumped off of there, how long would it be before I'd hit the bottom and die? Or, I could swerve this car right now and totally hit that kid on that bike. Like, you think terrible things, but it doesn't make you a terrible person. And a lot of people admit to having that. And the reason I'm bringing it up, because it's Mental Health Awareness Month, is I cannot be the only person that is wired like this, that has had a past like mine, where I am in a constant state of hyper alert and pretty much ready for violence at the drop of a hat. Not, I want to hurt innocent people, crazy fucking selfish violence, but you have wronged me and this is how we're going to fucking solve it, and I'm sorry that your family's going to have to watch you get your arm put back into socket, or you're going to end up with some screws in your forearm because I punched you in the throat, broke one of your knees, dragged your forearm over to the curb, and 2 foot stomped on it and snapped the bone into a compound fracture. These are frequent thoughts I have. It worries me.
Well, have you talked to anybody about it?
Why would you? See, and this is the crux of mental health, is people say, let's talk about it. Get help. Get out there and go to therapy.
I'm not even saying it's so much that you need help. It's just, I mean, like you said, there's got to be more people out there that are wired like this, and I totally believe that. I'm not really wired that way. I'm really not. I don't drive down the road and think stuff like that. I just think, okay, the 50-50 chance this asshole's not going to use his turn signal when he's going to go into that lane. No, he didn't. All right, I won that one. That's kind of what I'm thinking. I'm just like, what kind of stupid shit am I going to see? Not,
I have
thoughts like that.
I have masterful road rage. I wish my car was microphoned at all times. For instance, today, I'm getting on to 252, and there's a guy merging from 610, and what does he do? He doesn't speed up to get past me. He doesn't slow down to get behind me. He fucking matches me.
Oh, I fucking hate those people. Even when you try, you're like, okay, I'm going to slow down. And it seems like they slow down with you.
Yes. Yes, it's like when you're walking in a hallway and you come face to face with a person and you try to get around each other and you both go to the same side multiple times. You're, quote, dancing. Haha. This guy did that, and I finally just slammed on the horn and pointed forward. And I'm screaming, I'm like, use your fucking gas pedal, you stupid motherfucker! 9:40 in the morning. It was the first anything I'd done for the day.
I don't have road rage. I've driven on the road so much. Nothing that shocks me anymore. I don't even get angry about it anymore. No, that's not true. Every once in a while, I'll get angry and I'll say, God, you're fucking dumb. But that's about as far as it goes.
Oh, I yell the word cunt out the window all the time.
Mrs. Number One fan has bad road rage too.
Oh my God. And where I was going with the why people don't seek out more individuals is probably fear that you'll be misunderstood and labeled insane and lose your freedom or your rights or something. Like, I have children.
Yeah.
Someone might say, well, if you think like this every day, what's to stop you from hurting your children? And that becomes something that my ex could use against me in court. Any episode of this show could probably be used against me in court, if we're being honest here. The way most lawyers think, they're just looking for anything to work with. But more importantly, and this is a legitimate thought, but also a punchline, who's to say I don't go to a support group for people with rage issues and a fucking underground fight club just ensues because we're all like, is anybody else sick of fucking talking? And Doris is chewing her goddamn nails and it's driving me up a fucking wall. And you might be a woman and have a vagina, but right now I want to knock at least 3 of your fucking front teeth out, bitch. So square up, we're doing this shit. I am chicken footing you.
Is that, I mean, have you ever seen the movie Fight Club?
Yes.
Okay, is that what the premise of the movie was?
No. People were getting together to fight out their issues. You're talking about going to a support group, and I'm talking about it devolving into a fight club.
Okay, well, I don't know if I've never seen it. I just know that, like, the first...
Fuck you, get out of my house. Okay. You've never seen Fight Club?
I want to go to bed anyways. No.
You son of a bitch.
I have never seen it.
Oh, God damn it. Anyway, these people get together, and they have rage issues, and they feel slighted, and the way they reclaim their humanity is by beating the shit out of each other and then hugging it out afterwards. It's a club of people who are both friends and enemies. And then it morphs into this whole, Project Chaos thing. Anyway, yeah. So, I mean, I could go to a support group, but who's to say I don't get some meathead that goes there basically as like a spectator just to see how fucked up everybody is and to peacock around and start fights.
So get into a fight with him.
You run in the... Maybe he's a martial artist. Maybe he has... I'm not going to go up against somebody that knows Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu or used to be a fucking wrestler. Not pro wrestler. An amateur mat wrestler in high school or college. Because even with a strong striking game, all it's going to take is them to get one appendage. Or if they're a judokan and they grab an arm and toss your whole body. I mean, there's any number of ways. I recognize that I have bad anxiety. And that's like a whole nother episode. But the rage thing. And there's no sense in going to anger management because it's a fucking joke that teaches people to just like compartmentalize their rage. Counting to 10 and breathing does not feel as good as punching a wall. And if that's what works for you and you can do it and you're cool with puttying up the hole you make or, wearing a cast if you hit in between two cabinet doors or strike a stud, if that's how you function.
Well, that's I kicked a hole in the wall and it was satisfying until I realized I kicked a hole in the wall. Then I was really pissed at myself.
Well, as a kid, I used to break bottles when I could because that would be cathartic.
Yeah, I did too. I used to take the large Christmas light bulbs.
Yeah.
I used to take them. There was a neighbor a few houses down that had them in his bushes. And I'd get up behind between the bush and the house, take 2 or 3 bulbs and go walk down the street. Walk a little bit. I just did it.
Yeah, I used to take and break gazing balls a lot.
Like those ones, big ones that people put in their front yards?
Yes.
See, I always wanted to smash one, never did.
They're fragile. It feels nice.
I know they're fragile, yeah, but I never did it.
Imagine breaking 6 of them in 10 seconds.
Where the hell did you do that?
I worked in retail.
Oh, you mean at the store?
Yes.
Oh, I thought you were talking about like walking around people's... Okay.
No, that's a dick move. That's not a victimless crime. If you're working for somebody and then they sell those and then you fucking, put them in the defectives bin.
See, now I'm the dick because I did it to people. Like me and my friend Alec, we'd walk from the park at night. Look, they got all those solar lights in their front. Or we go running up and start kicking them all.
Yeah, that's a dick move.
I know.
That's chintzy
Oh, look,
fucking
there's a sprinkler
vandalism.
system.
That's, oh God, so many people did that to my dad, you fucker. If he heard you say that, he'd probably punch you in the cock, or at least think about it, and then go eat his feelings while my mom yelled at him
I
about
never
dinner
did
not
it in
being
your
ready.
neighborhood.
Yeah, well, I would not do that shit because I know how terrible it would make me feel if somebody ruined my stuff. Just like I'm not going to key somebody's car. But don't
don't key cars. No. That's the unfucking written rule.
But don't think that if I'm on the interstate and you cut me off several times and you scream at me that if I was a gun owner, I didn't have the scenario in my head where I would love to get up alongside you and start shooting your fucking tires out and see how goddamn brave you were there, big mouth.
Okay, there I did.
See?
There I was just like, I am armed right now, fucker, right?
Interact with the show on Twitter at What Do We Call It? That is at What Do We Call It? You can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/group/What Do We Call It podcast show. For the What Do We Call It podcast, I'm Jmann.
And I'm number one fan, Tim.
And that's the end.